Hello, and thank you for joining me on this tutorial to download and install ZebraTester for your Windows operating system. So here we have the Apica knowledge base with the links to install ZebraTester for Windows, macOS, and Linux. And you'll notice within Windows, there's two versions. There's a 32-bit and a 64-bit. Today we'll be installing from the 32-bit installer, although going forward, we do recommend that you install from the 64-bit option. You'll also notice for Windows that there is an EXE and an MSI installer, as some organizations may restrict installation packages to exclusively MSI. We'll proceed with the EXE in this example, although both installers follow the exact same flow. So I have the installer in my Downloads folder. I'm going to open that and proceed with the Install Anywhere package. Once the Install Anywhere opens, I'm just going to proceed to hit Next. On this page, we will check the box to accept the end user license agreement and then hit Next. On the next page, it'll ask us where we would like to install. Now, note that ZebraTester is similar to any other integrated development environment, like Eclipse, for example, which will install in the user directory, not the program files directory. So we suggest that you install to your user directory as well. If you're installing on another drive partition, then you can install to the root directory under the ZebraTester folder. I'm going to proceed installing to my user directory. Next, we're going to choose a shortcut folder. I recommend just keeping the standard option here to create in the program group for ZebraTester and then hit Next. And then we're going to proceed with the installation. Now, sometimes this can take a minute or two, but if it stalls for longer than a minute, I recommend restarting the installation. It should go pretty quickly. Next, this is really important. After the installation finishes, there's going to be a pop-up window with your license details. Sometimes this pop-up gets hidden behind other windows, so make sure you find it. You don't need to change anything in the license box. If you're going to be running this as a load generator, there is a trial license incorporated within the basic GUI license key that's pre-populated. If you do need a formal license, please do contact support at Apica Systems. After we apply the license, then we will just select Next, Next, and then complete the installation. Now the ZebraTester installation is complete. Next, we're going to follow up with a couple of post-installation steps, which include creating our ZebraTester root certificate so that we can record, and then add that root certificate to our system keychain, Firefox, and then finally test our installation. So the next step will be opening our File Explorer and going to our user folder, and then finding ZebraTester from within there. It should be at the bottom. In order to install our root certificate, we first need to install OpenSSL since it is not pre-packaged with Windows as it is for Mac or Linux. I'm going to double-click on the installer, and then I'm going to proceed with the installation. First, we'll accept the license agreement and hit Next. Please do note that OpenSSL will install directly to the C drive. You can change this directory, but I suggest using one that doesn't have spaces, since that could be a configuration problem a few steps down the line. The installation of SSL is only necessary for the generation of the certificate, so you can uninstall the SSL libraries as soon as we complete the certificate generation. So we're going to click Next, we're going to click Next again, and then we're going to install this to our Windows system directory, and then proceed with the installation. This will take only a moment. Once the SSL libraries have been extracted, you can uncheck this box and then click Finish to continue. Next, within the ZebraTester directory, we want to find the file create own ca root certificate.bat. This is a batch file that will allow us to create the certificate that ZebraTester will use to record. However, before we double-click this and open it, I want you to right-click and hit Edit to verify that the install location for OpenSSL matches the one that we just installed. In my example, it points directly to the C drive. So we can close this notepad and then double-click the file to begin the certificate generation. Here I'm going to press any key to continue, and then you can fill this out however makes most sense for your case. These are just name placeholders within the certificate, so there's really no wrong answer as you generate this certificate. However, you do want to name it so that you can find it later and validate that this is a correct certificate. I'm going to name this ZebraTester 55Z root certificate authority and then hit enter. And then we're done with creating our certificate authority for ZebraTester. If you scroll down in the ZebraTester directory, you should find root.sir, and you'll see that the timestamp should match the current time because this is the certificate that we just created. To import our new certificate, just double-click on root.sir, and then we'll have an option to install the certificate. We'll proceed to install with the current user, and then when we get to this step with Certificate Store, select the radio button for Place All Certificates in the following store, and then browse for the Trusted Root Certification Authorities, and then hit OK. Once that populates in the certificate store, we'll hit Next, and then complete the import. Sometimes you'll see a security warning. You'll want to select Yes to proceed and finalize the installation. Now that we've imported the ZebraTester Certificate Authority, this will allow us to record a browser session from Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Edge browsers. However, at Apica, we really recommend to record scripts using Firefox. It's also good practice to have a separate browser that you clear cookies and cache from often to ensure that you have clean recordings. In the following step, I will show how to import and allow the ZebraTester Certificate Authority within the Firefox browser. To import the certificate to Firefox, we're going to open the Firefox options. And then within the options menu, we're going to search for certificates. You can either use the dialog at the very top of the screen to search for it, or use Control F. And within this certificate manager, we're going to click Import. From here, we're going to navigate to our ZebraTester install directory. Remember, that's in our users directory, and find the root.sir within that ZebraTester folder, and then click Open. You'll then need to check both of these boxes to trust the certificate, and then hit OK. And now we've completed the import of the ZebraTester root certificate to Firefox. All right, now that we have imported our certificate authority to our system and to our Firefox browser, let's start up the ZebraTester console. Since we just installed it, we should be able to open our Start menu, and it should appear as a recently added application. Let's go ahead and start the ZebraTester console. A pop-up's going to appear with this console. What we're waiting for is the dialog at the bottom of the log showing us that the Apica ZebraTester tool is ready and that our admin GUI is ready to use. At the bottom, I'm going to copy that address. Make sure you save this address as a bookmark. This is our local host, and the port is 7990. And paste this into my Google Chrome browser. We should see the ZebraTester main menu appear, and then luckily, since this is the first time I'm starting, you're going to see a dialog pop up that shows that pop-ups are blocked for ZebraTester. Make sure that you click on that little X in your address bar and allow pop-ups for ZebraTester so that they're not hidden from you as you work. All right, now that we have ZebraTester running and we have certificates added, let's do a test install to make sure our installation is working. I'm going to open my Firefox browser. And here I have the Apica Script Recorder plugin enabled. I'm also going to open up a private window. From the ZebraTester plugin, I'm going to open it, empty my browser cache, and click Start Recording. You'll see that the proxy server has changed to point to ZebraTester. That means that the proxy recorder appears to be working well. And then I'm going to go to apica.io and test this out. Sometimes when you go to a site the first time, you'll see this warning, potential security risk ahead. This is common because some sites are actually going to detect ZebraTester as a forward proxy. When you see a warning like this, either in Google, Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer, you're going to want to find the advanced option and then say proceed anyway. You should get in the habit of doing this with any sort of proxy-based recorder. When we proceed to the site, you'll also notice that the site's slow to load the first time around. This is because we're generating those intermediary certificates for the website. When you go to revisit the site, those certificates will be in the store and it will load much quicker. So let's head back to our ZebraTester GUI and refresh the page, and bam, there we go. There is the recorded session that we have. So we validated that the ZebraTester installation is working and that we can record using our proxy recorder. Thank you for following along, and I wish you happy scripting with ZebraTester.